Tom Jones here with P6 Biz Builders. Why does cash flow matter? One mistake I see all the time is business owners measuring success only by revenue. The owner will tell me, Tom, we did $100,000 in last month. That may be great, but my next question is, how much of that money is actually sitting in your bank account? There's usually some silence. Revenue tells you how much you sold. Profit tells you what should be left after all you pay all your expenses, including paying yourself first. Cash flow tells you whether the money is showing up in time to run the company. Those are three different things. You cannot pay employees with revenue sitting on an unpaid invoice. You cannot pay suppliers with profits shown on the report. You cannot pay rent, tax, fuel, insurance, or yourself with money a customer has promised to send later. You need cash in the bank when those bills are due. That's why I tell clients, revenue is exciting, profit is important, but cash flow is what keeps the lights on. Write this question down. How many days does it take for one of our sales to become cash in our bank account? Let me tell you about a business I worked with. The company was doing a little more than $2 million a year. From the outside, everything looked great. Nice vehicles, busy employees, a great reputation. Work booked months and months in advance. Most people probably thought the owner was making a fortune. And we sat down and looked at the numbers. Almost every month looked the same. Money came in, then went right back out. Near the end of every month, the owner started worrying about payroll. He delayed replacing equipment. He put off investments that could have helped the business. He checked the bank account all of the time. He thought the answer was getting more customers. But before we talked about more sales, I asked him a few more questions. How soon after finishing a job do you send the invoice? How long does the average customer take to pay? And what happens to your company while you're waiting for that money? Those questions helped us understand what was really happening. The company did not need more work first. It needed to collect the money from the work it had already completed. The owner would finish a job and wait several days before sending the invoice. Then the customer had another 30 to 45 days to pay. During that time, the owner had already paid his employees, already bought the materials, paid for suppliers, fuel, insurance, and overhead. His company had become the customer's bank. Here's a simple cash flow tweak for you. Reduce the number of days between doing the work and getting paid. That is it. It sounds simple because it is simple, but simple does not mean unemployment. Unimportant. Most owners spend a lot of time trying to find more customers. They spend money on advertising. They chase leads. They work longer hours, but they don't always look at how quickly the customers are paying them. Let us compare two companies. Business finishes a job on Monday. The invoice does not go out till Friday. Then the customer has 30 days to pay. The company may wait more than a month after finishing the work to receive the money. Now here's business B. Same kind of job on Monday, but the invoice goes out that same day. And based on their terms, their customer pays within 7 days. Same type of customer, same service, same revenue, but the cash flow is completely different. Can you imagine collecting all your cash 40 days earlier than your competitors? One business is under pressure, the other has breathing room. Nothing changed except how quickly the company collected the money. Ask yourself, what would improve if if customers paid us 7, 10, or 15 days sooner? Would payroll feel different? Could you pay yourself on time? Could you buy materials without using a credit card? Could you replace equipment before it breaks? That is what better cash flow can do. Here's 5 things you can do this week to help improve cash flow. Number 1, invoices immediately. This sounds obvious, but many businesses still wait. They invoice every Friday, every other Friday, or at the end of the month. Every day you wait to send an invoice is another day you wait to get paid. Do you want that? If the work is complete, send the invoice. The faster it goes out, the faster the payment clock starts. Ask yourself, how many completed jobs are waiting to be invoiced right now? This may be hard for some people, but ask for a deposit. When you get a contract signed, take so much down so that you can go out and start to buy materials and begin working before the customer pays anything. If you don't do that, you are funding the customer's project. A reasonable deposit can help recover materials and other costs you pay before the job starts. Again, the right deposit depends on your industry, your contract, and the rules in your state. But do not avoid deposits only because you're afraid to ask. Explain the payment terms before the work begins. Good customers usually appreciate knowing what to expect. If you have a good reputation, this shouldn't be a problem. Number 3, use milestone billing. If a project takes 6 weeks, why wait 6 weeks to receive all the money? You might collect deposit before the work starts, another payment when the materials arrive on the job site, and a payment when the job reaches a clear stage, maybe all the framing's done or you put the windows in. Then the final payment is due when the work is complete. The payment stages should match the work being done. That way, your company is not carrying the full cost of the project until the end. Number 4, follow up on unpaid invoices. A lot of owners avoid following up because they do not want to bother a good customer. Are they really a good customer if they don't pay you right away? Think about it. I understand that, but asking to be paid for completed work is not rude. You had an agreement. You got the work done. You should get paid. Many unpaid invoices are not serious disputes. People get busy. Emails get missed. The invoice may have gone to the wrong person even. Someone may be waiting for approval. Sometimes a simple reminder is all it takes. You could say, I want to make sure you receive the invoice and see whether you need anything else from us to process it. But make sure to have that clear follow-up process. Decides who checks unpaid invoices, when the reminders go out, and when somebody should make a phone call. Automate the early reminders where you can. If you're using some type of accounting software, a lot of them will have like a 10-day, 15-day, and 20-day reminder that you can use within their system. Do not leave thousands of dollars sitting on somebody else's bank account. And number 5, we've talked about this before, review cash flow every week. Do not wait until the end of the month to find out if business is short on cash. Spend 15 minutes every week asking what money should be coming in, what money must go out, which invoices are overdue, what large payments are coming up, and what has changed since last week. That is why I use the 13-week cash flow forecast. 13 weeks is long enough to see trouble coming in, but short enough to make practical decisions. You may see that week 6 is going to be tight. Now you have time to collect an invoice, change the timing of a purchase, adjust a project, or talk with your bank. That is much better than discovering the problem 2 days before payroll. Before we wrap this up, answer these questions privately. How many completed jobs are waiting to be invoiced? How much money do customers currently owe you? How much of that money is past due? That's the big one. Not if they currently owe you. If you just bill them, they're going to owe you. But how much of that's 30 days past due? How many days pass between finishing the work and receiving the payment? If you do not know those numbers, that is your first job this week. That does not mean you failed. It means you found where to start. The problem may be delayed invoices. It may be weak payment terms. It could be poor follow-up. It may be that your customer paying 45 days while your employees and suppliers must be paid much sooner. So you might have to change your payment terms. You cannot fix what you cannot see. Once you see it, you can start making better decisions. Most business owners believe they need more customers. Sometimes they do, but many times they need to get paid faster by the customers they already have. And again, improve your cash flow. Invoice when the work is done. Ask for reasonable deposits. Use those payment milestones. If you're not in the construction industry, maybe you can have a service charge. You probably get a bigger deposit for a job. Follow up on those unpaid invoices and review that cash flow every week. Those changes are not complicated, but they can lower your stress level, improve your decisions, and help put cash in the bank when you actually need it. If you would like help seeing where your cash may be getting stuck, send me a private message with the word cash flow. You do not need to put anything in the comments. My team or I will send you the information about 13-week cash flow forecast that we use for business owners. If you want to find out what it was like to work with me before we start talking about your company's financial details, let's have a conversation. It doesn't have to be mad or anything. You just set up an appointment with me. We talk 15 minutes. We talk about what is going on in your company, what issues you may be having, what you want your company to look like, and whether there is a problem or solution my team and I can help you with. If it works out, wonderful, great. If it doesn't work out, we just part as friends and we move on our own way. No pressure. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more practical videos about cash flow, profit, systems, leadership, and how to run your company without every decision backing you up. It's at P6 Biz Builders. We'll include the YouTube information with this video as well. One last thing. Do you know of anyone who could use our services? Maybe their company is busy, but they are still worried about payroll. Maybe they're making sales, but not predict their cash. Feel free to share my information with them or ask them to send me a private message, and I'll take my time and I'll talk to them and see what we can improve for them. And remember, a sale does not help you pay today's bills until the money reaches your bank account. Pick one of those 5 steps and start using it this week, and have a great week, everybody, and improve that cash flow.